And, and I thought something was going on there. I like you cut me off. And then what we want to do is grow it. We want to grow it from 3 hosts to 4 hosts to 20 hosts to 100 hosts to 200 hosts. We want to be global. We want to have hosts in UK, Japan, all over, and we want to sort of be able to develop that. And grow with the athletes and create entrepreneurships and stuff and skills that they can use in the fitness game. And then we also want to make it financially work for them too as well, opportunities. So what we will be doing is we will get a lot of advertising from people who want to be on our podcast. Each one of our athletes have a single page and whatnot. So take this, we got 350 athletes. There are 350 single pages of athletes to where they can personalize it how they want to. And what happens is just think of your race car, like from where you see all the logos on the race cars and stuff. That's what their websites are going to look like. And we're going to sell advertisement through the athlete. And then because each page will have a podcast link, so you can go directly to our show from each one of those pages. So we want to, take it to another level. We're gonna try to revolutionize how sponsorship is done, and we're gonna sort of like develop a partnership with our athletes to where we can sort of market them in a way to where these athletes can market your products. We can give you that high tech to where we can track everything through their website. We can also have them do promos for you on social media like clockwork, because we're going to have athlete managers who make sure that happens. And then we can also put their logo on their individual website, and then that way they can get into those people's circle. Now, yeah, that's just one circle. He might only have 10 friends, but when you get 1,000 people like that or 2,000 people like that, it's a lot. And people will pay for that. And my thing is it's a brand new age of how to do things. I think it's awesome to where we can bring the drug-free part of it first and sort of do it first and sort of pioneer it. And we want to just basically, you'll see an evolution switch. So a lot of people don't know we'll have another business, and that would be P4P Muscle Productions and Entertainment. And that's a whole new sponsorship. And way where we started, and don't get me wrong, we love our products, and we'll still develop our products for natural athletes. But our dream in the beginning is for to take natural bodybuilding, drug-free athletes mainstream, make us relevant. And the only way we can do that is by sheer numbers, and then also to where we can prove that we can market anybody products in the nation. And once we can convince people of that, and we're working together, then what will happen is it'll grow and grow. We'll get even bigger companies coming in to see us. This is my whole vision with this. And my thing is that there's going to be things that we're going to do down the line. Now, don't quote me on this. We got to work out details. But there's things what I want to see. We want to develop a profit sharing program with our athletes. We want to be the first athlete-owned company in history where our athletes can buy shares of P4P and be owners and on the board. And we want to take it to that point. Everything that we do for P4P is with the athlete in mind. And that's no joke. That's the promise that me and Joe made before we even had any products. That we said there won't be a single decision that we make that the athlete isn't first. I'm not pro-organization. I'm not pro-Fortune 500 company. I'm not even pro MMA or whatever you want to call. I'm pro-athlete. And everything that we do, we are the show. The athletes are the show. And we are going to work through our athletes. And yeah, are we going to make money? We're going to make a lot of money. I ain't going to lie. We're going to make a lot of money. But so our athletes is too. They going to make money. I'm talking about 6-figure money. And this is the whole dream of that, and just sort of balance things that are going on in natural bodybuilding. Sort of give some of that power back to the drug-free athlete. So the big thing, there's a lot of details. We'll put it out pretty soon, but what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing these individual pages. You'll start seeing Kalen shows that he's going to do, and it's going to be whatever Kalen wants to do. It's going to be there's going to be a show that's after dark, where people can just let it go. There's no fear of anyone's going to cut them. If Kalen wants to talk about P4P and say P4P need to do something, need to get they need to get in the works and start getting things going, then that's fine. We want to make it very open. And we love criticism because we thrives on that. We get better off of it. It sharpens us. And what we want to do is don't be surprised, and this is where people are going to scratch their head, is we'll be promoting other supplement companies. And people are like, aren't you a supplement company? But that's the evolution that we're going to try to do. And my thing is that it's probably one of the biggest things and the most exciting thing that I have thought of. And what I see is just hundreds and hundreds of drug-free athletes pushing that word out there and sort of introducing ourselves to the public and stuff like that we aren't like the other side of it. We actually are great role models. We work hard. As a single mother that does this, and she makes a strong example for her daughter, son, whatnot. And I think it's time for us to come out the shadows. And what I want to do is do in a way sort of corporate, to where we can show these athletes, and we're beyond getting free supplements, things like that. I want the money, and I want to thrive in this sport, and I want our sport to be mentioned up there on ESPN, with Nike at there with their booths and things of that nature. And the only way we're gonna do it is get out the shadows and do some revolutionary things. And that's our goal. Our goal is to do things that haven't been done before, and to shake things up in a positive way. What we want to do is create, and as we go along, create jobs, create high level executive positions within our own athletes. We want to also be the biggest. We want to take on the biggest marketing companies out there with what we're doing, because we're going to come with that high tech and high touch with these podcasts. Kalen's going to interview every new athlete that we bring on. And he said he would do that for me. And he's going to put everyone on the podcast. We're going to be an education. We're going to be a debate place. We're going to be the place that is known to where if you want to be heard, you come on our show. And I'm very excited about it. I am stoked about it. And then you're going to be Kalen's co-host. That's going to be awesome. And then, it's going to be great. So, everybody, there's going to be financial opportunities with the advertisement with all the athletes. We just got to figure out the details with it. But we definitely, when the athletes bring advertisement to us, they will get kickbacks for it. And then what we want to also do is try to develop a profit share. So we'll hit certain goals, and then whatever's over that goal, we'll give to the athlete, cut a check to them at the end of the year. Now there's different stipulations and stuff like that, but we want to get that stuff going. And then what we will do also is that create leverage to where the organizations and the heads and whatnot can pay attention and see that athletes are more than on stage. They have a lot of talent, and you guys need to use these athletes and work through them, and they will surprise you. They will show you something that you have not seen. And I'll give you one example. Me and Joe started this company, and we didn't get our products till 6 months later. During that whole time, all we talked about is P4P muscle. And they said, where's your products? I said, well, we ain't got no products. But let me tell you about this. And they all said, sign me up. There wasn't no $50,000 check. There was no trophies. There wasn't anything. They all got on behind the ideal of unity. And it's time for a change. And we did that. And now we're 350 athletes a year later, and I didn't know none of them in the beginning. How'd that happen? So I'm a believer, And it's amazing what these athletes can do when they come together from different backgrounds, from different federations. All our people support each other. And when we do this, you're going to see the full might of P4P Muscle. Not because of me, not because of Joe, but because of the athletes. And so, I want everybody to stay tuned for this. It's going to be a rim shaker.
Absolutely. It sounds fantastic. You got me all hyped up and sweating and excited and stuff. So thanks for that. So we're going to bring it over here to Joe here. So we've heard about now this amazing force that you have coming and that you've brought about. So if you can put, your ideas into what this is and maybe give us a background of how you guys met, a little bit about, the starting phases of the whole.
Sure. So yeah, basically what we want to do, beyond, of course, creating really good content, relevant, interesting content that's going to help athletes. What's also very much needed in natural bodybuilding is giving athletes a voice and a place to be heard. So that's what the podcast is really going to be about too. On the other side of the coin is taking these people that are phenomenal athletes that, your average Joe doesn't even know who they are. So in our world, we all know who these people are, and we all respect the hard work and all that because we do the daily grind. We do the competitions and we know what it takes. But your average, housewife or your dad at home that maybe is thinking about losing some weight or just getting fit, they don't get on the stage and do the competitions. They are going to be incredibly inspired by these people's background and stories and all those kind of things. So we want to give them a chance to get that message out there. It is the best message you can put out in the world of fitness because these are people that are doing it clean. They're drug-free athletes. They don't rely on any, kind of cheating or anything like that to get results. It's all straight grind. And that's the best example you can give to the kids, that if you want something, you work hard for it. So that's a big part of the podcast and the network of podcasts that are going to be out there. And of course, competitions are expensive. You've got world champions that go do a show because they love to compete, right? And they're going to go win some prize money if they're the top of the heap. But in a lot of cases, they're break even because of travel and tanning and makeup and hair, all that stuff, right? So, through the podcast and some new opportunities, we want to be able to make sure those people can take that check and go have fun with it. It's a sport, it's a lot of hard work. We do it because we love it, but we also would love to be able to do it because we want a paycheck too, right? So that's a big part of this too, is we're gonna push this. We're gonna make it successful. We got the right team. Kaylin's gonna be great at this. You're gonna be great at this. And we're 100% confident that it's gonna be a huge success. And we're gonna get these athletes in front of hundreds in the beginning, then thousands, and then tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of listeners. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really good for natural bodybuilding, and we're super excited about it. And, to kind of step back and kind of let you know how we met and how we got started, JB and I go way back. 1998, I did my first competition. And, didn't know him. He was just a person in the crowd, right? And after the show, he come up to me and he's like, "Man, you were shredded." What was up with that? You were just straight shredded. And I said, "Well, yeah, thanks a lot, man. It's my first show. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I'll take it. I'll take the compliment, man." And, we talked a little bit, and he's like, "Hey, I really love this sport. I want to get more into this and so forth." And my job at the time was I managed a GNC while I was in college. And, he was looking for something to do in the sport, and we kind of hit it off pretty good. And we ended up working together at the GNC. And then from there, we've had a lot of similar experiences, personal training, diet coaching, supplements, you name it. So if there's something you can do in fitness, we've probably pretty much at least touched it, and have some experience with it. So we go way back. And, ever since the beginning phases, it's always been our dream to, take natural bodybuilding and make it bigger. And sometimes, things just happen at the right time for the right reason. And, now we're in that place. It's the right time. It's the right reason. And we're finally in position to start doing these things and see all this come to fruition. And we're excited about it, and we're ready for the challenge.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it sounds like both of you have a great foundation. You've built yourself up, and you said this has only been a year or?
Yeah, a little over a year and 4 months or something like that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, so in a year, beyond just one thing, in 1 year, you've seen these gentlemen create something fantastic beyond many years of talking and things like that. And so we take their foundation of their supplements, their athletes, and this idea, and they're going to turn it into something, and I use this because I love the word, but magical and fantastic. And I think that's what this sport needs. It needs more about the athletes, because really that's what brings in the people. That's what brings in the money. And they're important. And a lot of times athletes just aren't respected because they're putting in a lot of hard work. So I want to thank you guys so much for sharing this dream, and not just this dream, but the reality that's going to come about of this, because it's going to be fantastic. And we will be keeping people updated through the podcast and through all the things we have going on. So thank you, JB. Thank you, Joe.
The podcast should be out in about, 3 weeks? 3 weeks. We'll start out with a few of Kaylin's shows. And then pretty soon after that, we're going to open it up to the athletes to where they can feed Kaylin some demos and stuff like that of ideas or shows or whatnot. And he will critique that. And then we will start doing things, looking for our next host. We're going to try to do a couple a year or so. And then so we can really train them and help them along so we don't just throw them out to the wolves. And we want to, we want different shows. If we can get like 200 different shows across the nation, that's what we want to do. And the one thing I'm going to end this bad boy off with, don't trust me, trust my hustle. And that's what I live by. And you too can do anything that you dream of or anything that you want to. Don't think what is in front of your face is so. It's what you make of it that make it right and make it true to you. So my thing to all my athletes, I'm very in debt to all the athletes that are in P4P. And I appreciate the hard work and believing in me and Joe, because I didn't know, I didn't know how far this could get. And it's, and we really want, what we say is what we mean. And we want, some athlete, Cleveland, the Truth Thomas, Brenda Ray, some of these athletes, Liam the Shredder McKeon, this dude has passion like you don't believe for the sport. And no one would believe in this dude. And the thing is I'm getting emotional now because this is true to me. And I do this with my heart. And I want everybody to know that I appreciate everything from you and you believing in me and Joe. And we will spend this whole time to try to give back to y'all and prove that you guys were right, that athletes can make it, natural drug-free athletes can make a change, and we can sit at the head of the table like everybody else. So I apologize for getting emotional and everything like that, but and I usually don't do this in front of people, but I just want everybody to know that I appreciate everybody believing in us and believing in yourself and thinking there's more than this. And we will push hard. And that's my promise to you. We will push hard. And we will go against any kind of negativity and naysayers and make this happen. Much love.
Thank you very much, JB. One extra thing. Can you give us some social media? So your website, Facebook?
Sure. Website, you can find us at P4PMuscle.com. It is going through some changes right now. Some of the things JB mentioned, it's exciting. It's literally right now. I built my athlete page to test it yesterday. That went fine. So this weekend we're going to test another 10 or 12, and then we'll launch the rest of the athlete pages. So P4PMuscle.com. You can go directly to the shopping cart at shop.P4PMuscle.com. Find us at Facebook at P4PMuscle, Twitter at P4PMuscle, and Instagram at P4PMuscle.
Well, thank you so much. It really is a great pleasure meeting you. Thank you for joining us today. And as you can see, this is all about heart and about you, the athlete, or the people that just want to find more about making yourselves a little bit healthier. So thank you. I'm Faydra Chantal here with Midwest Muscle and P4P. Have a wonderful evening.